Hi guys, right, so we are going to be doing a Sidcup driving test route today. So I'm going to talk you through it. And yeah, if you like this video, let us know and we'll do more routes, more Sidcup test routes. So we're going to get moving. We've had to park on the road next to the test centre. We can't go into the test centre and use their bays, as there'll be tests coming back from students coming back from their tests or tests going out, and they like to leave those bays clear. So we starting on the road next to the test centre. So I'm going to move off, and then as I say, I'll be talking you through the route. So one thing to note on the roads around where the test centre is, the speed limit, as you can see there on the right, speed limit is just 15 miles an hour. 15 miles an hour. So that's the test centre there on the right, the building there. So we're going to be turning left, and the test centre, you would go round to the right, and it's the following right where the yellow steps are on the right hand side. So turn in there, so nobody coming. Make my progress. It's just 15 miles an hour, just to repeat that one. And then we're going round. The other thing is, along here, the examiner may not tell you to turn left at the end. So on the road at the end, there's an arrow to the left, and it's a left turn only. So there's a couple of little side roads here as well, so we're not going to indicate yet. We're going to get halfway across this junction here, and then we'll check our mirrors, indicate. You can see it says turn left, so you're always going to go left here. Have a look. Okay, looks pretty clear. So off I go. And depending on what route you get, when you come out and you go left, you're either going to be turning left, or going towards the roundabout, which we're going to be going towards the roundabout, Ruxley roundabout, but the left turn is actually blocked at the moment anyway, so you can't turn down there. But once we move forward, you'll be able to see on the left hand side the sign saying road closed. So yeah, so once you come out, you either go towards Ruxley roundabout, or they could ask you some of the routes to turn left here, but currently that's actually blocked at the moment. Okay, so we're coming up to Ruxley roundabout, and we are going to be turning left. Just going to delay my indicator at the moment, even though that I'm going left, because there's a little side road before I get to the roundabout. So I'm just going to wait until I'm at least halfway across there. I'm going to leave this empty at the moment as well. Okay, they should move up now, and then what I do is check my mirrors, indicating left. This roundabout usually is pretty busy, so you're going to have to look for blockers. I mean, I can't see anything at the moment because of the van, so I'm not going to take a risk at all. I'm going to make sure till I can actually see myself. Okay, so there's a couple coming around here. I couldn't see, so I couldn't really make a call at that moment. So anyone comes, so I'm going to check where that light blue car's coming, when they're going round. If they indicated to come off, maybe I could have taken it. Where they go in, they're coming round. I'm just going to be patient, to be fair. I'm not going to slow anyone down or risk that. But yeah, when it's busy, it's really difficult. So I'm going to check where that red car's going. Yep, I'm off. Red car blocked, I'm off, and that's me gone. Okay, 40 miles an hour, there was a sign at the end there. So I'm going to make my progress, checking my mirrors as well. 40 miles an hour. There we go. And this is quite a nice long stretch of road. So a good couple of minutes or so, we're just literally going to be going down this road. Got a camera here as well, so make sure that this sort of downhill doesn't catch you out. There's the lights as well. I'm looking, there's no one really next to it, well, there's nobody there, so it shouldn't be changing. Okay, And there is going to be a slip road on the left hand side where people can cars can come on, so we're just going to keep an eye on that. So we've got that silver car, but they should be on by the time I get there, and obviously it's up to them to make sure that it's safe, but I've still got to be aware as well. That's fine. And like I say, it's just a nice little stretch of road, to be fair. If you get this route, this particular part of the route is just driving down. Got the traffic lights, they shouldn't change unless someone's there, so I'm just going to look if there's any pedestrians anywhere around it, whether they've pushed a button waiting, or if they've pushed a button walked off, anything like that. But otherwise they won't change unless someone pushes the button. Nice little road. Off a little bit to give a bit of gap. There we go. And then shortly we are going to come to what we call a reverse roundabout, where we don't have the give-way lines on the road in front of us. The give-way lines are actually to our right. So if anyone wanted to come round the roundabout from our right hand side, they should be giving us way. Also, just note as well, you can see the mark is there where it's 2 lanes but it's merging into 1, so sometimes cars they go past you quite quick and they kind of cut in front of you, but at the moment it's fine, no problem at all. So this is that reverse roundabout we was talking about. I'm going to start to just ease off a little bit, not too much, there's still a bit of a distance. Okay, I'm going to come off my gas either bore, and like I say, I do have right away. They have to give us priority, so I'm going to have a look anyway, just in case. But you can see I've got no giveaway markings, so I'm going to go round to the road ahead of us. Good, and then carrying on. And on this route as well, there is a few speed limit changes. So students do get caught out where they either miss the sign or they miss it, they're not sure what the speed limit is, or they think it's changed but it hasn't. So you're going to see shortly ahead of us, you're going to see a 20 mile an hour speed limit. So I'm just going to come off my gas, let the car do the work for me. That's it. And then I'm going to go right at the roundabout second exit. So I'm going to check my mirrors, signalling. Once it splits into 2, going to move across, going to look to the right, currently looks fine, so I'm going to carry on going. And then what's important here is that students forget that it's 20, and once they get off the roundabout, usually they accelerate, or they can accelerate too much, so it's still 20. And then you're going to see 30 sign hiding. Good. When I'm there, I'm going to check all of my mirrors, and then I can make my progress. And then you've got another kind of long stretch with bends. Just keep following the road around the bends, making sure that we're in appropriate speed. We don't want to sort of slow down too much for these bends, unless obviously there's a reason why it's not safe. Go. And that's it really for that part. And then shortly we're going to be taking a right turn, which the road, it starts to go downhill, so sometimes again, if you're not sort of slowing down enough before you get to the junction, students can kind of overshoot it a little bit. Also as well, there's a bend that visibility is a little bit, it's not the best, but you'll see shortly. So you can see as the road bends down or goes down, we're going to take the next road on the right. So I'm going to come off my gas, start to use a bit of my brake, I'm going to check my mirrors, I'm going to signal tell people behind us. I'm going to move over to try and give them some space to be able to go round. You can see the arrow there. and then I'm going to try and look round that corner. Okay, it's fine, and then into the road I'll go. But make sure that you can, try your best to see, to make sure no one's coming down that hill, and get a good position as well, and let people know what you're doing nice and in decent time. Okay, so I'm going straight ahead here. There we go. Okay, and then at the end of the road, I'm going to turn left. So, checking my mirrors. Nice little signal. Let's have a little look. Okay, yep, all good. And then I'm going to be taking the next road on the right, which is Summer House Drive. So checking the mirrors. Good. I think the person behind me really wants to get around me. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, yeah, not too bad down here. Not too bad. Sometimes a little bit further up, it gets a little bit tight depending where all the cars and stuff are parked. Plus, also, there's a bus stop, so buses will come down here. So it could make, not this moment, this particular part's not too bad, but as it gets a bit further near the bus stop, it can be a bit tight if there's buses there. Thank you very much indeed. So this bit here can be a little bit tight if there's buses parked, and depending obviously who's coming down the road. Okay, going to check my mirrors to come out. Again, not too bad. Obviously it's uphill a little bit, so visibility is not that great, so just be mindful if anyone comes down. So we'll see that red car, but they're quite far away. Okay. Yeah, let me know what you think of the route so far, and don't forget, if you like these kind of videos, like and subscribe, and let us know what you think, and we can do more routes for you. Okay, it's going to ease off, see what they're doing. Okay, sometimes on these bends, as you go around, there's cars parked as well, which can make visibility not that great, but it was not too bad here actually. At the moment, there's no one really parked up. Come back over again. Okay. And as I was mentioning earlier about speed limits, so you're going to see another one at the end of the road. So you've got to be quite good with your speed limits, looking at the signs to know what they are, because as I said, they do change quite a lot. And you'll see on the rest of the route we'll have quite a few different changes as well. Okay, so at the end of this road we're going to be turning right. You can see the 40 sign there as well. Okay. Sometimes it can be quite busy. We'll have a look up. I think I may have a chance after this one. Okay, that's fine. And then just make sure once you come out, you pick a good spot. But then what's really important is that you make your progress. So although you might make the right choice to come out of the junction, if you don't make the progress, it can go wrong if someone else sort of starts coming from the left, and you potentially could slow them down. But just remember, make good progress as long as it's safe to do so. Again, if there's any part that you want to ask any questions, then feel free to do so. Put them in the comments, and we'll do our best to answer. And then another bit of this particular route to be mindful of is as you go round the left bend, the speed limit changes again, and it actually goes down to 20, so it can catch students out when they're suddenly they don't see it on time and they've got to go from 40 down to 20, and obviously remembering that we have to get to 20 by the time we get to the sign. So you can see the 20 there coming up. So I've just come off my gas. Just going to use a little bit of brake. I don't need too much because I've done most of it, but we want to get to 20 by the time we're there. Okay, yep, I'm at 20. At this point, people behind us do not like us. However, we are doing what we have to do. And then there's going to be, it's quite a tight bend around to the right, and there is a traffic light shortly after, and they may be a bit of cars sort of queuing up, a bit of traffic, but let's have a little look. So what we're going to do, we're going to just slow right down. It's a horrible bend, and there you go, see it. Alright, lucky enough for us, the lights have changed. We're going to be going right at the traffic lights, checking the mirror signal. You can see the line there. I've had students who have missed that line, and they've gone forward to the second traffic light and stopped if it's changed. To be fair, they've repainted it. It used to be a lot more sort of faded than that. Okay, again, 40 road here. So you can see where it was a 20 mile an hour road, and then it changed back to 40 when you was coming out after the traffic lights. There was a sign beforehand as well. Again, this stretch of road is nice. So it's saying it's about a mile from here. So you're literally just going sort of 40 miles an hour, 38 miles an hour, just for a mile or so. Slow down there. Okay. But as you can see, it's a nice stretch of road. So as I said, I don't really think this route's too bad. As long as you keep an eye on the different speed limit changes, it's not a bad route, to be fair. It's not a bad route at all. Route, even. See what that van's doing. It's obviously reversing now. Just going to come off the gas just to give him a little bit more time. Okay, so shall I squeeze through? Shall I not? Yeah, I wasn't sure. I knew that the car on the right, or ahead of us, facing us, was looking to turn in, but then the van was kind of blocking and wasn't really enough space for me to go. So the best thing for me was just to hold back, let them sort themselves out, and then I can just continue again after. If I don't know, I do not go. Okay, so we're coming back towards Ruxley roundabout, which we are going to be going straight ahead at the roundabout, second exit. onto Eddington Way. So I'm going to be... Now another one here, what students sometimes do is they don't follow it around on the left side enough. So they usually start off on the left, but as it kind of gets near to the exit they're going to be taking, they kind of come away a bit too much from the left hand side. So we need to follow it around all the way. So at the moment, again, it's busy. It's nearly 2:30. Right, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to follow it all the way around. I'm going to stay near this pavement. Then I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to indicate, and I'm just staying on this side. So that bit there is where some students, they kind of just pull away from that left side a little bit, and then there's a potential where it's not leaving people, cars who are using that right-hand lane, enough space. So that's one of the things that can happen there. We're now going towards Critalls Corner roundabout. So again, this is one of those that can catch students out. It is something that you would need to really practice a few times at least to know which lane to be in. Now we're going to be coming up to the little one-way system before we get to the Critalls Corner roundabout. Now at the Critalls Corner roundabout, if you're going left or straight, if you're going to be going left or straight, where it splits into two lanes further forward, you're going to be on the left side. If you're planning to go right at the Critalls Corner roundabout, then you would be on the right lane. So obviously at the moment it's just one lane. You're going to see when I get a bit closer, it's going to split into two. I'm going to be going straight ahead at the roundabout when I get there, so I'm going to be in the left lane here, and I'm going to be left lane like I mentioned, and I'm going to go round to the right, but in the left lane. In your driving test, you're not going to be going round to the left there. I'm going to be going round here, and then I'm going to go straight ahead, second exit A20, Central London. And I'll talk you through this one. I have got other videos on this bit, but I'm going to talk you through it as I go through it now as well. So we're going to be going to the middle lane where it says A20 on the road markings. And then as I go round, I'm going to check my centre mirror, left mirror. Just going to move over a little bit. Drive over the words A20, then check my mirrors indicating, staying all in the left lane. And then when I go around, I'm going to see a new speed limit as well. So I'm staying on the left. I can see it's 50. I'm going to check all my mirrors, and I'm going to make good progress. Like I say, I do have a separate video where I do talk through on Critalls Corner from all the different sides. So feel free to check those out. And we're going to be coming off the next exit on the left hand side. So I'm going to check my mirrors, give a signal. Now at this point, if you don't know where you're going yet, so if the examiner hasn't explained to you where you're going, stick on the left side. If you are doing the sat-nav, for example, and you know you're going right, you can stick on the right side. But so we're going to stay here. Say, for example, sat-nav's telling me to go right. I check my mirrors, I signal right, and I move across, and I'm going to be taking the third exit. I'm going to cancel my signal for now. Okay, going to be using a bit of my brake. Going to check my mirrors again, signal. Now this bit, visibility is not that great. You've got the wall there that's blocking our view, so we cannot see. So you're going to have to slow down a lot. And then once you get right to the end is when you can see a bit better, just past the wall. Okay, and then I'm going to be going now. I'm going to stick on the right. And this bit catches people out as well. So we're going to go third exit. That's the first. Once we get past the second, we want to get across. So I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to signal, and I'm going to gently move across. That way I'm in my lane. I'm going to keep that indicator on. And then when we go around here as well, sometimes there's a bus in the bus stop which we need to go around. So we're going to plan for that. We're going to check our mirrors. We're going to signal to come out, cancel the signal. You can see the bus is there. I'm not going to cross over. I'm going to stay in this lane at the moment, and then after the zigzags I'm going to be going, checking my mirrors, and then just gently moving across again. But the bus, a lot of the time there's a bus there, not always obviously, but just bearing in mind that you want to go around the bus as long as it's safe to do so. You want to be looking to overtake them. It has to be safe, but that takes good planning and awareness to be able to do that comfortably and well. we're going to take the next road on the right. So I'm going to check my mirrors signal. You can see that becomes 2 lanes at this part. I'm going to go into that right lane. Again, the bend there, the visibility before we turn is okay, not great, especially if it's busy and there's cars coming round. At the moment I can see quite well. If there's traffic up here, it can be a bit tricky, so I'm going to wait for the bus. The other bus afterwards is pulling in, so that should give me an opportunity. There we go, brilliant. But yeah, sometimes there could be traffic there which on that bend, which makes visibility tricky to see. In this case it was fine, it was no problem. You can see the width restriction there, so not coming this way, but on some of the other test routes, if you're coming round, you can actually go through there. And another little bit I like to tell my students here is this pavement bit here, just after the road. A lot of the times students can clip that little corner bit there, so just be a little bit mindful. Roundabout, we're going to be going right, second exit, so I'll check my mirrors indicate. If you notice here, we've got the zebra crossing as well as the roundabout straight after. So if there's a car just after the zebra crossing, we would hold back. There's a space for us, so we would go forward to the giveaway lines. I'm going to look to the right. Okay, and then away I go. And then when you come off again, there's going to be another zebra crossing which catches people out. I mean, at the moment it's fairly quiet, to be fair, but as you come off the roundabout, straight away you've got another zebra crossing just to be aware of, because again, sometimes students, they're so focused on the actual roundabout, once they go round, they can miss the zebra crossing. We're just going to follow right back straight down here now. Okay, so basically from here, it's just all straight. It is all straight, which leads you back to the test centre. So I'm just going to see if they're going to be using the zebra crossing. No, they're fine. It's fine, I got there before them anyway, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to slow down here, because you can see by their positioning they're not waiting for me. Okay, that's great. But as I say, it's just a nice sort of route back. There is another route which takes you into some of these back roads as well. So if you're coming down it, it could be another route where they can ask you to go right into the back roads and then you come back onto this road again. But this particular route is not going that way. Okay, and I'll check my mirrors to come back in. And like I say, it's just all straight. Check if anyone's there, no one's there. I'm going to ease off my gas a little bit. Am I going to be lucky? Oh, I am lucky, because I planned for that. I sort of came off the gas early. Doesn't always work out like that, but it did in that case. Okay, and we're going to take the next left just after that zebra crossing. That brings you back towards the test centre. So I'm going to check my mirrors indicating I've got the pedestrian as well that I'm going to have a look at. I'm going to go slow enough to be able to just carry on once he's safe. And then remembering as well, it's 15 down here still. Well, not still, but it is 15. So again, making sure that you keep to the speed limit. We'll see, hopefully there's space for us to park up but there isn't always, so we're going to take the next right. The driving test centre would be the next right, where you can see the steps on the right hand side. Okay, so that's one of the Sidcup test routes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel, and any questions, leave them in the comments. If you want to see more test routes, let us know, and I can do more of the Sidcup driving test routes. Take care.